Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the S-Team podcast. I'm Jack Millington, and joining me this week, as usual, as ever, it's Mikey cancels at the last minute Keating. How are you, Mike? I'm not even joking, people. Like last week, he can't. I told him get here at 12 o'clock. He messaged me at 11:59, going, "Sorry, mate, I can't make it this week. I feel like crap." I sat there like, oh my days, are you serious? Like last minute I thought, fuck you.
Hi mate, yeah, nice to see you too, yeah.
I actually got asked by a few people last week, Jack, where's the podcast? I'm looking forward to it this week. And Mikey couldn't make it, man. I was like, oh, well, if he never makes it again.
Fuck off!
No, this is what he said, and this is what they were saying, like, if he's not here next week, just give us a bell. Even Matty said it. I was just like, I've got options. I've got options now, Mike.
So you thinking of fucking me off now?
No,
I see what it is.
No, but you know what it'll be? It's like, yeah, we're still doing the podcast. Mikey arrives at 1:30. Mikey, we've already done the podcast, mate. Matty has said that he'll get here at 12 o'clock, and the difference is he will get here at 12 o'clock. Mikey gets here at 1:30. It is now, I'm not joking, people, it is now 1:45.
By now, if we get usually the podcast would be finished.
It'd have been finished about 40 minutes ago. That's how bad it's got for you lately. And normally I would understand and go, yeah, he's got work and stuff. And usually I would understand that, but I remember when I worked in the summer with my dad, and I worked 5 days a week.
Mm. Sorry.
And worked 5 days a week, and then we did the podcast on the Saturday like we used to. I could still get up at 9 o'clock, and then Mikey is now in the same situation, and yet he wakes up at 1 o'clock. Go on.
6 days.
Doesn't matter.
No, but you've got a point.
I've got a point, to be honest with you. It's like next week you've got to get here for 12, because I genuinely think Matty will be here next week. I think he's doing overtime this week, so that's why he's not here.
Have we got the Morris?
I think
Have we got the Matty
This
Morris?
is how bad it is, people. That he'll only show up on time if someone else is here.
I'll fucking show up half an hour earlier.
No, you won't. You'll still be in bed. You'll do what you did last time for flipping. No, I'm not shaking your hand. But I've got a lot to talk about this week because because I've been busy and because I've been ill, I haven't really had the chance to prepare a big podcast this week. But I've got a lot of stuff from last week and a couple of things from this week as well. So I've combined the two. So you got a 2-week podcast. First big piece of news this week that happened was the prodigal son is coming home. He shall overcome. Spider-Man's back in the MCU. It's all that matters, really. It's just like Sony have finally gone, yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man didn't really work. Do you wanna Marvel, can you give us a hand? Do you wanna let him back in the MCU? And Marvel like, yeah, sure thing. We'll bring him back into the universe. Come on, son, come home. Come home, son, give you a big hug. You can come into the Avengers and everything. And he's going to be in next year's Captain America, which is going to be flipping incredible, because a lot of people were wondering how Marvel were going to do that, because Spider-Man's like one of the biggest parts of Captain America in the comics anyway. Yeah. And they were wondering how the hell are they going to do it without not having now that Spider-Man's going to be there. Everyone's like, oh, problem solved. Obviously though, Sony have gone, yeah, we still own some of the rights. It's like you deal with that. We've still got the rights. Okay, we'll let you play around and make good films, but we still own it. It's like Sony have gone, we're still making the film that comes out in 2017. You can co-produce it and direct, but it's still ours.
I got 99 problems, but a Spidey ain't one.
I'm really happy that Spider-Man's back. The only downside is that I don't know how they're going to do the 2017 film, because they're not going to have Andrew Garfield back as Spider-Man in 2 years. It's because Sony are pissed off with him anyway. What? Because he was supposed to attend a dinner, like one of those sponsored requirements event things.
Yeah, part of the thing you contract.
Yeah,
You've got to do
and he didn't go, and he was just like, Oh, well, you think you can just get away with that, do you? Well, we can find someone else who can play Spider-Man. And yeah, I mean, am I sad that Andrew Garfield's got... No, because...
I reckon Tobey Maguire should do it again.
I doubt it, he's too old. I'd love to see an older Spider-Man, though. But I mean, some people have been saying... that the new Spider-Man could end up being Black Spider-Man, like it was in the comics. An actual Black Spider. I can't remember the name of the character who takes over, but I mean, we've got Black Panther, we've got flipping Heimdall from flipping Thor, and now we've got now we could have a Black Spider-Man, but I think they're going to go with a really, really young actor. And if they do it, I don't want to see another origin story because I've had enough of origin stories.
Get Samuel L. Jackson on the case.
Forrest Whitaker. It's you at Elijah for.
Hey, it's like that, isn't it? I've had enough of these goddamn webs in this goddamn city.
Spider Zoom. Oh no, I think it's going to be really good though. Marvel, now that it's back with Marvel and they know what they're doing.
Marvel films used to be like, they were cool back in the day. Then they went like really through a bit of a rough patch where they just really...
Well, they weren't Marvel produced, they were produced by like Sony, because Sony did the original Sam Raimi films with Tobey Maguire. And they weren't... I think those 3 films were better than the 2 films that have come out with Garfield.
Yeah.
And I also prefer Maguire to Garfield because I like Maguire. I like Andrew Garfield, I just don't think he's as good as Tobey Maguire.
Don't. I think there's one member of the ST that would pretty much give us an hour debate on the differences between the 2 actors. Fortunately, he's not here today to explain his case.
He'll be at home now. Yeah. Actually, no, he is at home. He's playing Drive Club at the minute. That's a genuine fact. He's playing Drive Club right now.
Lovely.
But that's one good piece of news that I was well happy with. That made my Tuesday. That actually waking up in the morning, I just went, hey! Shut up. One big... this is one thing though, I'm going to move it on.
Okay.
And obviously, ever since Jimmy Shampoo Mate and Operation U-Tree and stuff has come out and all that.
What's his name?
I'm getting to that. I know exactly what you're going to say. And all my, parents or older people have gone, God, yeah, I remember them. I remember they used to having posters of them, of the bands on my wall and everything. And our generation have never had that because no one from what we watched back in the day was like that.
But like our generation, for pictures and posters, we've got
cars, bands,
games,
and they were always like sort of soft punk pop bands, stuff like that. So it was never
girls have that sort of
apart
thing
from Ian Watkins from Radiohead. Anyone who liked that feels like a right tit now, but
no, but do you know what I mean? Like that generation, everyone had posters of bands, do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now some people only have them with like the hobbies, like games, movies, music, like yourself.
Like my room, yeah.
Yeah. But then there's some girls that have like the music and stuff and whoever's behind it.
Yeah, I always remember having to go through to get to my mate's room. We had to walk through his 2 sisters' room because they both share the same room. I had to walk through their room to get to his. I remember just posters of boy bands just all over the wall and stuff. We our generation have never really, apart from Ian Watkins, we've not really had anyone part of this Operation usually who's been like a sort of constant figure in our lives until this week. And for anyone who back in our day watched Granada Reports, which I still maintain is the best flipping news station in the country.
Oh man, it's a channel.
No, Granada Reports.
Yeah, I'm saying news channel.
Alright, well,
not news station.
Well, yeah, it is.
It's a news channel.
Yeah, it's a station.
No,
it's the same thing.
It's not.
It's the same thing.
It's a news channel. Fucking hell, my head.
Oh my god. People, Mikey's just whacked his head on the wall. You utter bellend.
That really hurt.
Just rub it, Mikey.
It never fucking works rubbing it up my head.
It does with me.
Oh.
You're right. That was an almighty fumble.
Just
I heard 4,000 brain cells get destroyed then.
I heard 2,000 unicorns go. Just domino effect. Oh, it really fucking hurt. Oh.
You dopey bastard.
No, but the thing is, when I hit it, I didn't, like, for 2 seconds, my brain was like,
Pain.
oh.
But as I was saying, after Mikey's well-documented incident with the wall, again...
Where's the health and safety first aid book?
Gotta write it down, just writing in a formal quote, just like... But, yeah, I can't believe this story with Granada Reports, because Fred Talbot, who is probably one of the best weathermen that have ever been doing literally the weather on TV, has been found guilty of abusing teenage boys back in a school that he worked when he was a teacher. He was cleared of fatal for indecent assault. I genuinely can't believe this, because I used to watch Granada Reports every day, and I still do. Maybe not to the same degree, but I still watch Granada Reports.
Yeah.
And I looked forward to watching the weather when he did it, because he used to have that little catchphrase where he'd go, "What's the weather like today?" Well, and then it would cut to the little scene, and then it would come, and then it'd be him standing there with
Fred?
With the North. Oh, where's Fred? Yeah, where's Fred this weekend? I remember watching that, and I used to love watching it.
And, what else was there? Oh, when he used to do the thing in the Albert Dock.
Yeah.
He'd have, like, the thing.
And he used to jump over the things.
Even when it was, like, snowing and everything, he'd still do it, and there's times
I really can't believe this. This is a shock to me, because I liked Fred Talbot. He made the weather fun. I can't actually... He's the only person in history who's ever gone, let's make the weather fun. It's like, even if it was rain, he'd put like a sort of spin on it. It was like, oh, that's not too bad then, you know, like, not as bad as the other day or something.
It's like...
in one way, I'm really gutted. But at the same time, you know, I'm glad it's been exposed. I'm in a state of shock, really, to find that out. Because ever since Fred Talbot left Granada Reports news, since this accusation came out, weather's been shit. Everyone who does stuff with reviews in the weather is just nowhere near as good as what Fred could do. I'm glad it's been brought up. I'm glad I don't know how long he's charged, how long he's going to get for this.
8 years.
Probably something like that.
Do you know what? I might just put my CV into Granada Reports and go, I want to be the weatherman.
They've already got weather women.
Yeah, but I want to be the weatherman.
Yeah, but they've already got weather women.
No. You don't.
You're not the next Sean Lloyd.
No, I want to be the best.
I thought you were going to say, I want to be the next Fred Talbot. I was like, whoa.
No. No.
But,
I don't want to be a weatherman, no. No, but
that's mad.
how as a kid, just like you go in and you go, oh look, Fred's on the telly.
Yeah, and you'd sit down and watch.
Even if you're playing like a racing game or something like that.
I wouldn't go off.
What I did my oh God, I'd literally look at the time for about 5-10 minutes and there's.
Well, it was only like 2 minutes long, but you'd always take a break and watch it.
Yeah, just like it's like Mike, where are you? Mike, come! You're like, dun, 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 dun.
And then you go, where's Fred this week? Dun, 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 dun. Do you remember that? You used to have like a little intro, dun, 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 dun. And it came up, where's Fred?
Yeah, he's been driving in his little car and stuff. Oh.
That's mad. I really can't believe that. It's a sad day, but at the same time, I'm glad he's been caught. I'm glad it's done and over with now. Because no doubt we'll find someone else, probably not of the same character, but
yeah, but look what we've done. Like look who's been found out. Rolf Harris.
Yep.
You see what it is yet?
Do you know what really weirds me out is that about Rolf Harris was that we went to the Liverpool Art Gallery a couple of years ago. Remember when he had his paintings and everything stuck up there?
Yeah.
And they had them in like this set for about 6 weeks, and me and my mum and dad went over, And they had this little comments book, and it was given to Rolf Harris at the end of everything that had been done. And one of my comments was like listed, and he read that and it made him laugh. And what I put, and this weirds me out after like what happened, and he's just been charged with it and everything. And I put, this is really good. I put this exhibition was didgeridoo-tastic, because he used to play didgeridoo, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
How weird does that sound now? The fact that he's been convicted of all that.
Yeah.
And the fact that I found out like months later that made him laugh, and then a few months after that I found out that like, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so strange. But what can you do? What can you do? One thing that I was very, very happy about, wasn't even looked into, because they did a background check, found nothing, was that Neil Buchanan of Art Attack had nothing to do with any of this. He's just a normal guy. And Neil Buchanan was like, and a lot of people were sort of like accusing Neil. It was like, did he? And no, he had nothing to do with it. He was not part of it. And I love Neil Buchanan.
I thought he was good.
He's the best. He's probably one of
watch Art Attack.
Art Attack. You say that name to any 90s kid and they'll go Art Attack. They know straight away what that show is.
I knew that. I watched that when I was a kid.
Best, like one of the best shows.
You didn't live if you didn't watch Art Attack.
Yeah. If you were our age.
Or if you were brought up on Thomas the Tank Engine and Bob the Builder. Boom.
I've watched the new Bob the Builder and it's flipping awful.
Yeah, I know.
They've seen a new remodel and everything. It looks terrible. I'm going to move it on because I know we'll get lost in Bob the Builder.
We'll just get into a massive debate on what
Fireman, Sam and all that.
Yeah, that was good.
But, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to let's see if we can...
Oh, Digimon, do you remember that?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was fucking better than that.
Making a Digimon game,
How much do you think that painting's worth, Mike? Bear in mind, people, this is a picture of two Tahiti girls. You can't hold it.
Oh, okay.
And you're not allowed to move it either to find out. What do you reckon?
250 grand?
250 grand.
This is the moment when Jack goes, it's worth $10 billion.
The name of the painting is called... This is...
Two girls in front of a river next to a tree.
By Mikey Keating.
250 quid the back, I'm locked.
That's not bad, actually. It goes... It's called Nafia Fa Ipo Wipo, or its translation, When Will You Marry? It was painted in 1892 and was painted by French artist Paul Gauguin. I think that's how you pronounce it. Either that or, because I'm not well and I can't say things properly, Paul Gauguin?
Oh, okay, spell.
Gauguin. Gauguin. It sounds about right. Gauguin, maybe. Might be that, actually. Gauguin. Paul.
French. Yeah, just call him our Paul.
That painting actually broke the sale record of a painting and was sold for £197 million.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
£197 million.
Which decrepit twat bought that for 100? It's a bit of paper. That's all it is. It's a bit of canvas with someone going, yeah, I like that. Oh, look, there's a bit of sun over there. Oh,
when Michelangelo did the Sistine Chapel, imagine how much that would be worth if you were to take the finger of God. That would be worth about $3 billion.
That is art, my friend.
So is that. That is art. Paul Gauguin, or Gauguin, and I am familiar with his work. One of the best French artists of all time. I mean, do you know what the highest price for a painting before that was a work by Paul Cézanne, which sold for 158 million.
By any chance, was he also French?
No.
British?
No.
American?
I don't know.
Small name Paul, so he's obviously not going to be Russian or anything like that. So you got to be.
Well, I don't know. There are a few people in Russia called Paul.
Oh my God.
Like there's a few people in Russia called Mikey or Jack or Matty Morris.
I'd be quite scared if there was a Russian version of Matty Morris through baby.
There's an English version of Matty Morris called Mikey Keating, and there's an English version of Mikey Keating called Matty Morris.
Is there? I never knew that. Like, oh, yeah.
I'm gonna keep moving it on though, because
Yes,
we've got a lot to get through, and
I've got some weird news myself.
I've got some weird news. Something I read last night. Oh God, you sound like the deaf. You sound like me on Friday morning when I woke up. I couldn't go to uni. It was that bad.
I've had it for the past week and a half.
Yeah,
but I'm fighting on.
But have you heard of contactless cards, debit cards?
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Where's my mouth?
It's up there.
Well, mine is.
Contactless card limit has just been put up to 30 quid. I never knew there was a limit on contactless.
It's 20 quid.
It's 30 quid now.
Yeah, well, it was 20 quid.
It was 20 quid,
before
yeah.
you've released that.
From September 2015. So it's still 20 quid now.
Yeah.
When it was first brought in, the limit was 10 and it was 20. Right. The transaction of contactless cards have gone up from... They made payments of 653 million in 2013, right? Now it's 2015. It's 2.32 billion of contactless card pay. Contactless cards were used 319 million times in 2014. Since September, 41 million of those have been on a London bus or tube. Obviously, they're most popular in London because...
Like they're going to be in Berkeley,
because they're not going to be up here, but... What do you think about contactless cards? Because I like the idea of contactless cards.
Good idea.
But
it's one of them.
It's a bit at the same time, I'm a bit reserved.
I like the first time it came out, I remember I went to McDonald's. I'm not sure whether it was with yourself or someone else.
No.
And I was paying by card. I'm like, I'll pay. It's alright. And I had my card, my hand was there, you go, pass your card, mate. I went, why? I'll just cut. No, mate, just give me the machine. Yeah, but it's no, just give me the machine, mate. And I knew the number. Yeah, how much you just think because that's the thing. I just don't trust it. As long as I know, I've seen the number, how much it is. Then put my card in, put the pin. That's when I know it's.
I like doing that.
I do because you feel badass, don't you? Beep 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 beep. Enter.
No, I don't feel badass. I just feel like it's a safe way of doing things. I do like the idea of contactless cards because it's dead quick.
Yeah.
Because when old people, I know I like to rant a lot about old people, but genuinely old people are the worst people in the world for paying by debit card or cash. In fact, they've become slower paying by card rather than doing cash. I was at Sainsbury's the other day, I had to wait 5 minutes for the woman to type a flipping pin in. But...
I think you forget what I do for them.
Yeah. You were the old man standing next to John phone. But, I do like the idea of contactless cards, but I wouldn't pay, let's say, a couple £100 for something just by because it's a lot of information that you're just swiping straight away.
Yeah, you can swipe it and then swipe it again. There's £200 you don't know.
It's a bit. Yeah, I know, and that's what.
I don't know if that's what's happened, but that's why I won't do it like that because I might.
No,
I
don't think I ever will. But
I just don't trust it.
I do like the idea of it. I think some people, it's already took on. I think it might get to the point where one day we'll only have to pay like that, and
I won't do it.
Entering and then we'll go back to doing the old-fashioned way by paying with cash, which I still like doing.
I prefer it. If it's anything over £20, I pay by card. Anything under £20, I pay by cash. End off. Unless it's a special item.
I'm going to try and move on. No, I'm not going to talk about Ubuntu because Ubuntu's not really that relevant.
Yeah, can I talk to you something?
Is this weird?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go on then.
Well,
because I was going to move it on to weird news.
Yesterday I went to help you Greenie, Liam Green, with his alternator for his MR2. We put it back on. So we're on the way to his, and we're going past Sainsbury's, and someone's got like little Corsair, as you would expect, something dodgy's going to happen, right? The boot was wide open, so we're going past thinking, he's probably got some furniture at the back, eh? I look back, there was nothing in the boot. Oh yeah, and we were literally like laughing at it. This woman is driving down the road, right, with the boot all the way open with nothing in there.
Maybe the boot latch was broke.
Yeah, but have you ever heard of a
But maybe
bungee cord?
Yeah, but what if she doesn't have a bungee cord? How many people do you know have a bungee cord in their car?
Quite a few, actually.
Name them.
Mum, Dad, Lee
Okay,
Green.
other than family and Greenie.
I think.
I never had a bungee cord.
I think it was.
I did have sellotape though.
I know 2 of the lads in work have got them in the cars. All the vans in work.
So out of all the people you know,
like about
like
20 people.
Like 20 people. That's not a lot of people.
Yeah, but don't forget, I'm not very a popular person with some people, so.
No. But the fact of the matter remains.
Yeah, but I haven't been in most people's cars.
You look at a lot of people around the UK. How many people are actually going to even think about little things about that? Like 1-2% of the country will. I never had a bungee cord in my car. I had some sellotape.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Did it do the
Because
job?
gaffer tape solves every problem. No, because I never had a problem.
Exactly.
But I don't know. So I don't know. I just think people just don't think when they drive. I think we're becoming a sort of what's the phrase I'm looking for here? A cold stone country where everyone's got the same objective. It's just like general demographic is now meet a nice partner, have kids, work, retire, dead.
Just wasn't there.
I don't want that life. So so people, if you're wondering why in about 3-4 years time me and Mikey have become slightly different accent, we're not in the UK anymore. We've got a new accent now.
Top of mind to you, mate.
Could be in Ireland, could be in America, anywhere in Europe, could be in Australia, yeah, could be anywhere.
Could be in Japan.
Probably not. It takes a long time to try and learn Japanese language, and I quite frankly can't be arsed.
I can just imagine it. Like we're trying to get to the airport quick as, hey mate, to the airport, please get. Yeah, remember.
No, it'd be a now, and it'd be like
airport.
I'd end up doing the airplane.
Oh, do you remember that advert with the MasterCard one? You had the chimpanzee, the monkey driving, didn't he?
No.
He goes to the airport. Okay. The monkey starts driving.
I don't remember.
Don't you remember that? Oh
no,
my
because
God.
I've had a lot of problems with MasterCard in the past.
No, I'll show you the advert.
Quite simply because MasterCard are terrible sponsors for anything. So
it's for their own stuff, like so.
If it's for their own stuff, it's fine. But if it's anything else,
Yeah.
You want a good partnership with sponsors and do everything the right way.
Then don't go to MasterCard.
And then for everything else, there's MasterCard. But I've got some weird news here.
Yeah, so other than that,
I've got some really, really weird news. I tell you what, this is on another level, Dave. And you're going to start giggling your little munchkin face off in a minute. Surgeons in Florida. What a surprise!
What? Do you know what? The minute you say,
I've given a 17-year-old. Just bear this in mind, people. A 17-year-old boy. What's being called the world's first penis reduction surgery. Now I know that doesn't phase people, and it's like, well, so you've had boob reductions and breast enlargements and stuff like that. Does nostril reduction doesn't really.
But why a penis reduction?
Well, this is where it gets to the funny. This is where it gets.
Why not penis enlargements? Why not?
Yeah, I know. You'd think.
Unless
the team came to the. Right, I've got to do a review in a bit as well. And I'm already laughing at this.
Do you want me to do this review?
No.
Give me this information, then you can get your head straight for later.
No, the team came to the doctors complaining of a penis too large for intercourse. Now, people are probably thinking, no way, this is impossibly big. If this is true,
if it's this, look, another Titanic is
right.
tiny.
Right, and I'm just going to say this. Right, the penis length was 7 inches long, and people are going, what's that mean? That's average size. I'm sitting there just like, even mine's bigger than that. I'm just like,
then there's me like,
what's average?
get there, like.
It's just underneath. Genuinely, I'm sitting there going, I'm genuinely sat there going, mine's bigger than that, so what?
It's like that chap with the tape measure.
I'm not going to lie. Alright, now
this 7x4. That's the best bit.
This is where it gets
awkward
on another level. 7 inches long, and the circumference was 10 inches wide. I'm not even joking. If you're wondering how long people, and I'm not even joking, I'm genuinely, Mikey, just to understand. This is a 12-inch ruler. This is a 12-inch ruler, right?
Let me just work this out with my...
It's 3 centimetres every inch.
Yeah, how big is
it? It was that wide. That wide, where my thumbs are.
Yeah, put it on here. So you're basically...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To
1 to
24 and a half, yeah?
24, just 24.
Okay, let's go a minute.
1 to 24. Wide, not long.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, if it was that wide, it'd basically pretty much nearly be the size of 80% of your pillow.
Do you know when guys take the mick out of when a friend of theirs having sex to go, finish her? He's genuinely got the guy to go, finish her! Finish! Imagine... Oh, I can't imagine what a woman must have gone through. Imagine... I mean, obviously he's had a reduction since and probably gone down to the normal size, but if it had been me and I had that size, do you know what I'd have done? Yeah. I'd have halved it and not gone any less. I'd have just gone, it's not too bad, but just keep it big. Oh, do you speak Mexican? El Grande. El Grande. Yeah, good. So I'd have gone to what, 12?
I'd be like, alright.
So I want you to go from 10 to 5 wide. Actually, how big is... Nah! Yeah. So I'd have gone to 12, yeah.
It's sort of sad me trying to think.
Give me the ruler. Give me the ruler. We're having way too much fun.
What?
In terms of a comedy sense.
But it's sort of getting out of hand now.
Imagine that. Imagine.
Hey, give him this.
Imagine that though. Imagine like.
Do you reckon he knocked out with that one?
The girls he must have had, and he was just went, it won't fit. It won't fit. And he just went, come to Birkenhead, we'll make it fit for you, mate. Because some of the girls around here, I'm not going to say anymore.
It's Birkenhead, that's all you need to know.
Anyways, apparently, the urologist who said his penis is inflated like a balloon. He said, oh god. What happened was that this guy, because this guy's got anemia, and
what?
Anemia. I can't really explain. It's a lack of energy, and
I fucking can tell that, couldn't I? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the regular blood cells would block penile blood vessels and lead to swelling and priapism, which is a long-lasting and painful erection. I was like, oh, that must have been so. This happened 3 times since the boy was 10, which progressively led to a default. He added that the teen is very satisfied with the surgery, which is still generous in size. That kid knew what he had. He knew he had a weapon and went, alright, I'll go for the trim, but no more.
It's like having a 50 cal gun. I'm going to downsize.
He's now the only white guy in the whole of the world who can compete with black men. He's the only white man in the world.
No, you could effectively sit there. It's like going from a V10 to a V6. V10's too big for me. But I wouldn't mind going down to a V6. That'll be alright for me.
Yeah, still keep it half the size, but twice the fun. I'm going to move it on. And, Mikey, do you know what a stool transplant is?
A what?
Stool transplant.
Well, if it's a stool transplant, I'm guessing you take the stool away.
And basically, a woman got a stool transplant from her daughter, And it is a normal medical procedure.
Can you just tell me what the fuck a stool is?
It's basically transplanting healthy bacteria into a diseased gut. Like you know, like if you've got like bad guts or something, and it's like, yeah, you're constantly feeling ill, like bad stomach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then what they do is they transport healthy bacteria into it, and then that repairs the gut, essentially. You get me?
Yeah.
Just about. And now, oh my god, this woman got it from her daughter, and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. Within a few weeks, she has been described as having a tremendous weight gain. I'm not joking, she's gained 16 kilos in a couple of weeks because of this, because it's affected her metabolism and all that, yeah. So she's now actually classed as obese because of this, genuinely. Now I think that's flipping hilarious, to be honest with you. So you give your daughter the gift of life, she gives you fat. I honestly think that's world class. It's like, here you go, Mum, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, love. 6 weeks there. Oh,
it was actually backed by the UK Health Service last year, but probably not after that. I think some people in the NHS would be like, yeah, I'm not doing that at all. Mm-hmm. It's a strange one. I've got 2 more while it loads, but 2 weird other pieces of news. Now, early morning joggers, you know the type of people.
We're always finding dead bodies, yeah.
Or running around at 5 o'clock in the morning thinking, keep fit. That may be me. Although I run as far away from everyone else as possible.
Whereas me is, don't keep fit, get up at 11 o'clock.
You mean 2 for you?
Yeah, okay. Buff of shit and pain.
Oh my days. Right. And there's something that's been going around terrorising Oregon joggers. You know, people have lost headgear and stuff like that because of this thing that's terrorising them. Do you want to know what it is?
No.
Do you want to guess?
Is it a monkey?
It's not. It's in Oregon.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah. You said it can't be a monkey?
It's not a monkey.
Is it a cat?
It's not a cat.
Is it a dog?
No.
Is it a rat?
You've got one more guess. If it's lost headgear, think about...
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's just...
It's Matty Morris sat on a tree. No, it's actually an owl. Yep.
Wait. Can you repeat that?
Apparently, a guy, Brad Hilliard, said, it was kind of amazing how the owl just swooped down and grabbed my hat. it just pulled it right off my head like it was nothing. I was just like, wow, there's an owl going round terrorising the world.
Great. Owl fuck life. Great. That's all we need.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, God.
Just a little pair of glasses on it and everything.
Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. I can't talk properly because I just feel ill. And it's really hard for me to, like... It feels like it's getting worse the more I talk. But at least I can talk now, not like the other last few days where I've just been stuck here. Should be alright, though. You know what? I'm going to leave that other piece of news because that's just poo. Now, people, we've got a film review! Yay! Now,
hold on a second, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mikey Keating is no longer lying down. No, that's not going to help you, mate. What are you doing? You haven't even got any music to listen to.
Yeah, but it blocks out the sound, and I do not want to listen to
Actually,
any
no,
filth.
you're going to want to listen to this. Mikey, you can still hear me.
Fuck off. Go on.
People, I went to go and watch 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my god!
You heard it here first, so.
And you know what? I said to myself, I went, do not mess up anything while you're trying to do this.
To anyone that wants to start doing the movie review,
people I went to go and see 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, my colleague
because this bitch ass Matty Morris. Don't think you're getting away with it, Matty. These two had a bet, and then Mikey lost, and he went, "Nah, not see 50 Shades of Grey, mate."
No, you just didn't tell me the wager.
We did it again, and you still lost.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You know for a fact he did when he starts doing that, because he can't. He lost. Mikey decided, nah, I'm a pussy, I'm not going to do it. And then I said to Matty, why don't you do it? He went, nah, I'm too much of a pussy myself to do it. So
I didn't say we were pussies. We just didn't say
you pussy.
No.
And I thought, you know what, screw it. Someone here has to man up and have the testes to go and see this film. And I thought, you know what, I'll go see it.
I can imagine you being the only fella in the cinema surrounded by
don't worry
horny women.
Don't worry, I'm getting to my and before I review the film I'm going to talk about my experience of going to the film. With? I went on my own because that's the logical thing to do.
Oh yeah, okay, just make you look like a bit of a queer.
It's alright, Mike, you look like a queer anyway, but it's alright, Mike, you do an insult, I'll throw one back at you, mate.
It's all love, yeah, lovely.
Do you know what I need? I need some halls. That's what I need.
What?
Halls. Anything menthol sweets you're going to eat. Unblock your nose. Yeah, that's what I need.
Shops up there.
Yeah, I know. Shops down there too.
I
think I'm just going to tell you about the story of me just walking into View Cinema.
I can't wait to see it.
So it's the 13th, it's a Friday. I didn't go on Valentine's Day because I weren't going on Valentine's Day. And I sat there. I walked into the View, and I already seen a group of women over on the other side, and I was just like, oh God.
I can't fucking...
What's gonna happen here?
I can't believe... I can just not believe the guy that had to serve you.
No, it was a woman.
No, I can not believe it. Hi, can I help you? Yeah, I want a ticket. Oh, well,
no, you're gonna see.
Do you want to see this cool action film? Nah, mate, I want to watch 50 Shades of Grey.
Right. So I walked in, and I said, and what I did was I was smart because I prepared for this, and hopefully, and it worked. And I see the group of girls over there, and I thought my plan will work here. And as I was walking up, I made eyes with the cashier woman. So I made that, and I made sure I waved over to the group of girls. They weren't looking at me like though. I was just sort of waving as to go, oh yeah, I'm with them. You know what I mean? Like I've been dragged along here. And I went, can I have a ticket to see 50 Shades of Grey? This is the way. Just look at me, and this is how I'll have a ticket for 50 Shades of Grey. But it genuinely had to play it like that. I didn't want to go, yeah, I've seen this to actually review the film.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. Ooh, that worked. And I went to... So I got the ticket. And I teamed up. And I made sure I tagged in just behind these women to like be part of the group. Because, you know, when you go to the View, there's like another person standing there before you go into it. You've got to give your ticket to them. I went in and as they just started to walk off, I went, yeah. The guy looked at me and went, you with that lot? And he went... And I went, yeah, and he went, I haven't seen the film, good luck. So I'm walking, I was just walking behind this group of women. I'm just hang back for a minute, tie my shoelace before I go in. Without shoelace, I'm walking to the theatre. Oh my God. I'm walking to the cinema theatre. I turn the corner, because you know there's a big slope thing and you can't see the audience. Walking, turn around. Seats are full. Seats are like all packed, and I'm looking around. Every single woman's eyes are just clocked onto me. I'm like, oh shh. Was that first?
That worked well.
I was like, oh I knew I should have got here early. But luckily, there's a bunch of seats at the back that are free, and I'm just like, thank. So I charged my way up the stairs, literally not, because all these women are looking at me, and I'm thinking, if I just get in the corner, no one's going to see me. So I'm sat here in the corner like this, like reaching down for me M&M's, slowly opening the packaging. Just like, all right, I'm in now for this. It's like, and then for like 2 minutes I was sat there and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to man up. I sat there in this film, I kicked back in my chair and I went, I'm just going to be relaxed, screw it. I've heard all the controversy, I've heard everything, and I was just like, let's watch this film. Film trailers are coming through and I see these bunch of girls that have just come in at the bottom, there's 6 of them. And there's 6 free seats left next to me and I'm thinking, please don't see these seats, please don't see. And the next thing you see is, and then there's a scale, one flipping girl who we're going to go and sit at the front and go, points to where, it's like, no! 6, a group of teenage girls, all about my age, 19, 18. All of them come up and I'm sat, and I'm literally like, if I say anything now at all in this film, I'm penned in the corner of the view cinema. There will be like 200 women just turn around and clock me if I say anything and I'm trapped in a corner.
Yeah, I found the phone and go, go on, mate!
As he's running out the door.
Go on, son!
I think I've seen a guy in there, but I'm genuinely being serious. I think I've seen a guy. I think I was the only other man in there. So I sat there in the corner and I'm just like, oh, for God's sake. There's a woman next to me and she's all giddy and they're all sort of like giggling, laughing to themselves. I'm just like, oh God, I'm going to be in with that group of teenagers who like to do dares with their friends. And I guarantee, at this point I'm thinking, something's going to happen during this film. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be involved somewhere. Luckily nothing happened. I got away with it. And I walked out the cinema at the end, but God, that was an experience. Those were like the most half an hour of my life just sat there going, for God's sake. I wish there was someone else, like a guy with me right now. But I had the balls to go and see this film. And I'm going to give it a review now, Mike. You ready?
Have you gone to church for a confession? Because you're going to fucking need to after seeing that film.
No, you know what I don't. Actually, you know what I do? You know what I do, actually? And there's a reason why.
Priest Keating, yeah. Father Keating. Name of the father.
Oh, Father, through out in heaven, please stop me from seeing this blasted film ever again. Yeah. So, 50 Shades of Grey, people. For people that don't know what this film is about, basically, it's about a girl who has a meeting with a billionaire entrepreneur and their relationship sort of starts from that one initial meeting. Flipping out. I just don't know where's the start of this film. Okay, so the first like half an hour of this film, I'm sitting there like, alright, I'm intrigued. But there's one thing that's digging in the side of me. No, it's not the woman's hand trying to go for my penis, Mike.
I didn't even fucking say anything then, so.
I know. I sat there during this film, I was just like, alright, the first half an hour's got me intrigued. You know, the initial meeting and now everything sort of sets off. I tell you what, this guy, Christian Grey, is the name of the entrepreneur. And I said to myself before this film started, I was like, I'm going to come here with a neutral view. I'm not going to think about what anyone said about this film. Man, this guy's the creepiest man I've ever come across in film. Do you know flipping Mike Myers when he was in flipping Fright Night or whatever that film was, the horror film that got him famous?
Yeah.
And that creepy music, I was sat there all the way through the film going because this guy is creepy as hell, mate. She's working she's got like this job at a supermarket, and she's sort of working, and Christian's standing in a flipping aisle for about 10 minutes. Next thing you see, she walks out the corner, he's standing there, goes, "Hi Anna, how's it going?" And I'm like, the fuck is going on in this?
In film it's, oh hiya. In real life it's, what the fuck?
I'm sat there just like, alright, this guy's creepy as hell. I didn't understand what was going on at the beginning. And I'm sat there just like, you can tell this is some Twilight fan fiction, because this is where it started from actually. Because he is the most whiny bitch I've ever seen in a film. Like Edward Cullen from the Twilight films, except with less glitter.
I'm not British.
I don't know. I can't remember the actor's name. I can't blame the actor for the way this guy is written, But I do blame the author, because this author has just written this character as a bunch of crap. No. He is so weird. And it's like, first half an hour and all this is happening, and you've got to... He makes Anna, who's played by Dakota Johnson. Gotta say, she was actually really good in this film, to be honest. She was actually probably the best thing about the film. And I was sitting here, I'm just like, yeah, alright, I'm getting... And then he shows her his... what I can only describe as being the sex dungeon. He shows her all these fantasy items, some of which I've seen before, and some of which I could probably gather what's going to happen with those. And then there's like one or two where I'm sat there like, I have not got a fucking clue. But I could tell for the fact that the girls next to me knew what, because they were all blushing.
That's him. I'll go, hey, love, what's that there? How's
that usual? Do you want to show us?
What happens with this bit of machinery here? What is love, please?
I'm sat there just like, alright, okay. So it comes to these sex scenes, I'm just like, there's 20 minutes of sex scenes in this 2-hour film. So let me put it to you this way, people. A sixth of the film is basically saying, I don't know who they got to direct this film, but man, these sex scenes are fucking awful. Man, and you know what? I sat there, Mike. Just look at me for a minute when I say this. There's only one sex scene in the world that I've ever seen that's worse than this. Have you ever watched The Watchmen? No. Superhero film. No. That's got the corniest sex scene in it. These are terrible. I'm sitting there just like, man, I've had sex weirder than this. What's this all about? I'm sat there like, man, I've been with some girls in the past, and that would be considered normal compared to this. This is just stupid. I'm sitting there like, director must have sat there going, yeah, this is some hot stuff right here, with his pants unzipped while he's doing it.
Well, this is alright, isn't it?
I'm sat there just like, is that it?
Yeah, but what makes me laugh the most is, like, this author, right? If it was a fella that was the author, right, it'd be a whole different, you're dirty-minded, you're this, you're that, it shouldn't see the light of day.
I'm not talking about the book, though.
No, but I'm seeing it as a whole.
I'm not, because I'm only reviewing the film.
Yet the fact the woman, right, is the author, it's alright, it's mummy porn, it's fine to read it. It's disgusting.
It's not, because I know a lot of people myself who do BDSM.
No, but like the whole... Her life must have been so...
This came from...
I don't know.
This stuff came from Twilight fan fiction. Now...
I'm
going to just say one thing about the Twilight series. All of the films were poor, apart from the last one. I actually enjoyed the last one. But
I got dared to watch the first one, didn't do it.
Oh my god, this film, it just... After the first 30 minutes, this film just goes down the pan. And everything that happens is just like... There's a scene where they're in a cafe, and like Anna's trying to have like a proper relationship with him, and they're sitting down having a cup of tea. And when I said he's like a flipping crybaby drama queen sort of thing, he's there. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I just like storms out of the flipping cafe, and she runs after him. She goes, but what's going on? It's like, you stay away from me. I was just sitting there, just like, what are you going to say next? I'm Batman. It's like, what the f... He's a billionaire businessman, and all I could think during the film was like, the only billionaire businessman that I know of who's that young is flipping Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. It's like that, isn't
He's
it?
like a less cool version of Bruce Wayne. And more weird. He's like Mike Myers, genuinely, in that film, the way...
I'm the Superman that Gotham needs, not what it wants.
No, it's just... No, you got that wrong.
What's the way round?
It deserves and then needs.
Oh, okay. I was nearly there.
The one that Gotham deserves. Get him and Vin Diesel in the room. Because they don't make any sense, the two of them. But,
that is why he's such an effective character.
Oh, sneeze again.
Yeah, so if you want to become part of the non-affected group in the S team, don't mind applying to not really that affected at Mikey Keating.
I'm infected.
No, I'm infected.
So. Mate, you've been infected for about a week and a half. About a week and a half. Man, I don't. This film. This film, I sat there. The rest of the film is like some lovers, dovers. Fuck this film. Fuck this film. I sat there for the rest of this film. It's just like
2 hours that you could.
2 hours. I was sat there just thought.
I will never ever be able to get this 2 hours back in my life.
No, and there's one thing that makes up for it at the end. This is genuine. Men have the last laugh in this film. I'm not even joking, because all the women that were sat there, it comes to the end of the film, which has just been a shambles up to this point.
All the girls are like,
all the girls are like
masturbating,
and then here we go. We get to this final sex scene, and all they're like Anastasia and Christine are getting ready for it. Like, you know, you can see all the women are just starting to lean forward. You know, getting like properly interested in it. I'm sat back in my seat, just like I can tell that we're coming to the end of the film. Oh yeah, the last scene was like, Christy, are you ready? She goes, yeah. And it sort of fades to black, and all the women are like, I'm ready for this. And then it goes, fades to black, and it goes, roll credits. And I'm sat there just, and this is genuinely how I reacted. I just went, fuck this film, stood up, walked down straight out. Genuinely just sat there and just went, oh, I walked out and I just like, that's the best ending to a film I've ever had. I seen the other guy and I just said, that's for you, bro. Walked out. Man, that's a
He's like that, wasn't he, Mill?
All the women were like sat there. All the women must have been sat there going, no, that can't be the end. Tearing their hair out, fighting them.
No, God,
I couldn't believe the end. I was just like, oh, the men are gonna love this film.
Did you hear about the memo that got sent round to B&Q?
Everyone that's been talking about putting plastic covers on the seat, man, you don't need that for this film. The sex scenes are so not intense.
I'm not talking about that. B&Q had a memo sent round, right, to warn colleagues over the rise in sales of both rope and cable ties due to this film.
Yeah, because they're getting a rope to hang themselves after watching this flipping film.
And the cable ties to strap themselves to things. So it'll be quite awkward if a good looking girl comes in to work on Monday. So can I have a cable tie, please? What size? Yeah, just a deep, big, fat stuff.
So you're probably wondering what my rating is for this film. Fucking shit film. God, this film's bad.
Is it worse than, say...
This is the worst film I've ever gone to watch in a cinema.
So you're saying a 1?
No. I will not give it a 1 because I think Dakota Johnson is too good in this film to be given a 1. If I give this a rating, I'd have to give it a 2.3. This film's fucking awful. One film is so bad. But someone here had to go and review this film, and I'm glad I did. Don't worry though, people, there's 2 more films coming. And don't worry, Mikey and Matty will be watching those too. You're flipping well, because I went to see this, the worst one of the lot. I went and read the plot of the next 2 books. I went and read the plot and was like,
I'm not doing it.
You flipping up.
I'm not, unless, right, I get paid 15 quid an hour to watch this fucking film.
It's alright, it's an hour and 45 because I went, you're not getting the other 15 minutes, mate.
Well, okay. Well, technically...
This is the film with the most graphic content in it. This film sucks. So, I'm going to move it on. Why have you got your phone?
I'm just letting you know.
You know not to get it out.
Okay.
Put it away.
Okay.
I'm going to move it on to some gaming news, people. Well, we're not that far away from the end now because I'm really...
gaming, is that, to be fair?
Well, there was from last week, but someone wasn't here to talk about it last week. Ready, Mike?
No, they weren't, Jack.
Just a quick thing on air. How many people do you reckon played Destiny, Mike?
Quite a few. Oh, man, honest. I think what you're about. Like, Destiny's popularity is rising.
Go on, have a guess.
We're about 2 billion people?
2 million?
2 billion.
2 million, did you say?
Billion.
How many people are going to... 2 billion people that... Like, no.
How many's in the world?
7.
Oh.
And yet the most selling game of all time has never even hit 1 billion.
Oh, so yeah, 2 million.
No, more than 16 million people registered to play Destiny. 16 million people. In the 12 months, Activision Blizzard had revenues of 4.81 billion. I'll tell you what, I played Destiny actually yesterday.
Yeah.
For about an hour. I really enjoyed playing it again.
It's one of them though, like sometimes
it's got to be it's got to be periodic though.
Yeah.
I think. And I've run out of tissues, which is a really big problem. Just talk about Destiny for us. Just run out of tissue. No, you don't need this.
I do know. Well, yeah, Destiny's basically a game where, well, you're the hero dude, and yeah, it's got basically defeat everybody, do a few missions. You can play with your friends, and yeah, I'm not good at this explaining stuff.
God.
You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Hence why I'm the co-host.
Oh God, I'm so ill.
So, like,
Mom, get some Lemsip. Actually, I might go
said
downstairs.
I would have picked some up on the way.
We've got some downstairs. I'm actually going to have to take one because this is ridiculous.
Well, if you're making a booze on there's okay.
I'm not making you tea while I'm making myself I'm not giving you the liberty of having a cup of tea.
Oh, come on.
You got one?
Yeah, but I want one.
Shut up.
No, but
there's one thing I want to talk about though, which I never got the chance to talk about, and you never played it.
What's that?
I want to give a little talk about to Battlefield Hardline, because obviously I played the beta.
I didn't have a chance to play the beta.
Yeah, you did. You just couldn't be asked down.
No, I've been deadly serious. I didn't have
the couple of times that we were online, I said to Mikey, download the Battlefield. I'll do it tomorrow.
I said, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I was in work.
Tomorrow never came.
I thought, yeah, fair point. But I just got admitted, I literally just got stuck sorting stuff out.
I played Battlefield Hardline, people. It is a flipping fun game to play. And people were all worried, all Battlefield big veterans, so to speak, were going, it's going to be cops and robbers, the gameplay is going to be completely No, I'm sorry, it's not. If you played Battlefield Hardline, you'd have felt completely at home.
Joe, I'm going to get it.
I think I will.
I'm going to get that Android thingy.
Project Cars.
Yeah, that's the one.
But I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I'd improve in the game, because as much fun as I had, the heists were a lot of fun to do if you're playing as the robbers or the defending it as the police, which is I had a lot of fun. But a couple of things that I need to change. Jesus Christ, I really am ill. I've got to try and end this quick. The grenade physics need a lot of work.
Don't forget, only a beta.
No, they need a complete rework, because you can now throw grenades 4 billion yards away. Kind of like Call of Duty in a way, where you can throw a grenade 4,000 yards. You can do it grenade. Yeah, I remember playing Battlefield Bad Company, and when you used to play flipping, when you used to throw a grenade, it would go like 10 foot in front of you, or however far you could throw it. These now can fly. Honest to Christ. I just although at the same time there's no bounce either, no grenade bounce. Yeah. It just for some reason just like to stop dead in this game. I don't understand why. But they definitely need to be improved on, because it's a bizarre thing when you're throwing a grenade and it goes yeah.
It was the same with the Battlefield beta. I mean, you threw the grenade, it would just stop. And with the first update, they improved it so it would bounce.
Another thing I want to talk about is, I don't know why, but the movement feels a bit
iffy.
Yeah, it's not because I'm used to Call of Duty or anything.
Sketchy.
It lacks weight. I remember how you used to play on Battlefield 4, and if you tried to dive for cover, you'd get shot whilst diving for cover. Now, you don't even get shot at diving for cover. It's almost as if it's too much. I don't mind the fact that you could dive for cover and it gives you an extra split. It gives you like half a second. But I'd rather be like 2/10, 3/10. Just needs a little bit more weight, because you could sort of... It feels a bit light in places when you're running.
Like you're missing.
Also, you can run it about 4 billion miles an hour, which is really weird for me. You can run really quick.
Knowing you were a fucking modded one or something like that.
No, you can't mod on PS4 Battlefield. I was playing it though. One other thing I want to say. Oh my days, the flipping vehicles need to be improved. Jesus Christ, what's going on there? It's just so weird. Like, I sat there playing this game and I thought, ooh, car, ooh, fun, it's going to be tricky. You literally just like push the stick forward and you just drive, and there's literally like no sensation of the fact that you're driving a car. It feels like you're pushing a block. I've never had a feeling like it before. But I've got to be honest with you, it's a good game. I really like heist mode. I think that's okay. So maybe on some maps you'd probably have less people playing, because on the Bank Vault map that we were playing, it was 30 people. And it felt quite congested playing it, but it was a lot of fun. It was dead quick. It was rapid fire, and you could play as a hacker in it as well, which I really enjoyed doing.
Oh god!
Because you
right, this is gonna be fun. Matty, why are you the hacker? No, I was being a hacker. No, Matty, that's Jack's job. Don't be the hacker.
The thing is, if you're a hacker though, the thing with being a hacker is that you're not involved shooting or anything. You literally you see a screen, you see the whole map, and you gotta like hack cameras and stuff like that so that you could see. You could cycle through cameras. But what else you could do is like you're in a map view and you got one like a little camera square in the corner where you're watching, but it shows where your team is. It shows like where if an enemy shoots, obviously they pop up on the radar. You can hack towers and stuff, and you can open up the say like you're watching Bravo Squad running round.
Yeah.
You could press like things down the side. So say what was one of the things? Hack grid lines. What the grid lines do is it opens up the area for them, and they could see on the map where the enemies are for like 10-15 seconds. And then you can hack the there's another thing where you can hack the grid lines again, except this time what it'll do is it jams the opponent's player's radar in that area. It's really good playing it. And I had a lot of fun playing as a hacker, and I weren't too bad actually shooting wise. It's quite good once you get used to the mechanism of Battlefield, which is, for me as someone who plays Call of Duty, was bizarre to get used to at first, but I actually really enjoy it. And it is tricky. It is still tricky. It's not like a piece of piss to play. I've got to be honest, I did thoroughly enjoy it. But we'll see what the game is like when it comes out next month.
Yeah.
But that's it for this week's podcast. I've got just enough time now to finish us off here before I die.
Yeah, I'll finish.
No, I'll be fine.
No, I'll finish it. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, follow McLachlan, JackTM3.
Yeah. Or hashtag sneezy bastard.
Yeah, or Death Store, anyway. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Mikey Keating XD.
You want to follow Matty Morris? He's in a street drunk in Liverpool somewhere. He's going out tonight.
Well, fucking go for summer today. Hey. Fucking us off, hey.
No, I was going to go, but...
Oh, is that
you know what I mean?
Hey, that Carnage thing. I would have gone, mate.
I know, I'd have gone, but one, I've got family commitments to do tonight, and two, I'm not feeling good.
We'll see.
Follow Lewis Moggy at Lewis_Moggy. You can like.
Mog said, "Hey, that's what Moggy said. This is best for you."
Does he?
Yeah, I spoke to him yesterday.
Oh, that's good. Nice one.
Shout out to you, Mogs. Yeah.
Hi, Moggy.
Shout out to the boys, Dean, Shaw, and the Green Tooth. Yeah.
Like,
Facebook
subscribe. Probably won't, but you know.
Yeah, go for it, guys. Don't get wrong, we're inspired to do this all the time, but you know, if we know what you like our content, you know what I mean. You wouldn't mind it.
Are you serious?
I'm not. What do you expect if you put them next to me, man?
You didn't. I didn't put them next to you. You put them next to you. Thank you.
Got M&M's there, so shut up.
Oh, that's alright. So it's bye from Mikey.
Bye.
And
bye from Jack.
Yeah, bye. And we've been the ST.
Ta-da.